Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhida binti Bakri and my metric number is 264489. Okay, I'm going to start our presentation today. For the introductions, our group chose to do a title of small group communications. So we are decided to analyze article review in the title of conflict between teachers and students. The message that transfer from sender to receiver, that was the definition of communications. Happen either one-way communication or two-way communications. That is what communication is. And in today's we're going to analyze more about small group communications. When we talk about small group communication, we have a lot of examples, and one of that is in a classroom that we have teachers was teaching to the students. That was example of small group communication, which is that was between more than two people but still countable, and then it was two-way communication, which is that the presenter can receive feedback from the receiver. The article research that we are choosing is an integrative literature synthesis to study about small group communications. This research about the study of the effectiveness of teachers in small group communication, which is we want to identify what factors that make the small group communication between teacher and student become successful. And then we want to know best method to make the teaching sessions effective and the message was delivered successfully to the students. And at the end of this article review, we also find out how effectively their students decode the message from the sender, which is the teachers. The next video is going to explain how a small group communication was happen in our daily life.
Nirivana Anna Hendry. My material number is 265743. I'm going to present about my part, which is conflict. There are a few kinds of problems that cause conflict among teachers and students. Point number one is unfair assessment. Some teachers fail to adhere to the principle of assessment when assessing. This situation makes the student emphasize that the teachers give a negative attitude towards group where teachers practice a different assessment system for individual students. Student claims that the teachers evaluate students in a different way, such as freshmen. Students who were bad grading do not belong to the category of teachers bad or simple specified student. Second point is dishonest assessment. A teachers that refuse to give a grade towards a student, for instance, students are accused of cheating or lying. It is not because teacher had evidence to support such a decision, but because students themselves thinks that the teacher's decision was based on the first prejudice of negative attitude. Point number three is unjustified punishment. For example, a conflict began when a teacher found out that a student of 8 years old was selling children jewelry to other classmates. She imposed 4 punishment on her student and gave the students negative grades because of bad behavior, scolded him in front of all his classmates, and informed his parents. In this case, the teacher did not evaluate the student wrongdoing and did not choose appropriate and effective punishment for the wrongdoing. She ignored the fact that the student did not have enough knowledge and skill to evaluate the impropriety of his actions.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, Madam and all my friends. My name is Azahra Andini Auliani, number metric 268881. Now I will continue with our two last conflict topic, which is cycle abuse and ongoing negative behavior. For cycle abuse, psychological abuse towards students is also a conflict between teachers and students. For example, sometimes during class hours, certain teachers, after they punish their students, insult their students, humiliate students, and shout at students when giving the information by not in appropriate way, the teacher show that kind of attitude or behavior student tends to lose their motivation to learn in the class, feel humiliated, offended, and even also tend to escape from going to school. The last conflict we have here is ongoing negative behavior. However, not all crises are caused by the teachers only. The students too can be spawned the conflict. The ongoing bad behavior in the classroom can be a great challenge for a teacher to handle. Most of the teachers put their soul, heart, time to teach the student about the academics and manners, yet the problematic students did not appreciate their teacher. Their teachers must be so disappointed as they know the students are damaging themselves and their futures. This unfavored situation will raise conflict between both sides as teachers are frustrated with the students' bad manner and tend to scold them more. This can make the students feel unwanted by the teachers and they will not be on the same page anymore. However, in conclusion, all those kind of situations, skill sets indeed happen in school, but not all teachers treat their students in that bad way. Just certain teachers behave in that way. Plus, the students also can be a cause of the conflict that happen. And so, the teachers should treat their student equally, be professional by not emotionally scolding, and give the appropriate punishment towards a student when they break the school rules. The important thing to teachers is to solve the conflict with student correctly and effectively without damaging the relationship, losing the cooperation with student, or disrupting educational purpose. Okay, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Naziha binti Khairul Anwar and my number matric is 2783338. I will continue about the management of strategies. Teachers' perception of conflict indicate that they focus mainly on the conflict's negative aspects. It is noteworthy that the methods most used at school face of student conflicting behaviors, including warning, disapproval, summoning guardians, and in some cases, student suspensions. Teachers use a dominating technique that makes it difficult to resolve the issue. If teachers had chosen cooperation and compromise tactic, better outcomes for both parties involved in the conflict could have been achieved. Empathy was required for effective dispute resolution. The key to resolving the conflict was understanding the student situation. Conflict management is the foundation for a positive classroom climate. The relationship between teachers and students influence a pleasant classroom climate and effective conflict resolution. A positive classroom is defined by cooperative and active contact between a teacher and motivated pupils. The positive outcomes are determined by the skill sets used by the parties in resolving their differences. Conflict avoidance strategies are the least effective, whereas conflict resolution tactics that take both sides' interests into consideration are the most effective. To establish a rational compromise that benefit both sides of the conflict, integrated resolution of interpersonal disputes necessitates joint recognition of the problem and participation in mutual problem solving by Johnson and Johnson in 1994.
Assalamualaikum and Hi everyone, my name is Nurul Izazwani. My metric number is 262720. So I'm going to conclude the discussion. So in closing, the conflict that arises between teachers and students are undeniably unpleasant, as teachers and students should be in the same page to develop the sense of academic succeed. So by hook or by crook, the conflict should be resolved for the sake of both sides. Teachers are a very noble profession, so they must be equipped with high tolerance and high patience when handling the students. In a classroom full of 25 to 30 students, there must be students that are mischievous and the teachers must use the psychology technique to catch their attention and problems. Not all um, punishment should be with caning or scolding. They should use the emotional intelligence to handle the students so that the student can be understand and the teachers can help the students in the psychology way. So for the student side, they must um, they must respect their teachers and behave with their manners toward the teachers because teachers are the one that guide them in school besides their parents. So the teachers deserve um, respect from the students. That's all from me and my group member. Thank you, everyone.
Ooh.